Hey guys! So we should have a pretty positive day going on today. Everything is looking pretty clear in terms of our astro weather. We have a Libra moon today that is making a whole bunch of aspects. We also have our first quarter square moon today. The moon in Libra is going to be forming a square to the sun, marking our quarter way point through our new moon in Cancer cycle and halfway between when we had our new moon in Cancer and when we get to the full moon in Capricorn that's coming up on the 13th. But that Libra moon going to be forming an opposition to Jupiter, also going to be later in the day forming both an opposition to Chiron and a trine to Venus. There could be some type of emotional heart-based healing wrapped up in today as well, but overall, things are looking pretty good. We're going to want to watch overindulging and some like pleasure seeking behavior that may be coming up today. Some romance may also be in the air, and generally just a pretty positive and optimistic day. So, you guys, let us get into the chart and see how all this is coming together for us in our energetic blueprint of the day. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Wednesday, July 6th, 2022. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological energetic update outlook of the day. And if you guys stick with me till the end of the report, I'm also going to be talking about some tarot cards that came out in conjunction with the astrology today, just to give us a more well-rounded overview of our energetic blueprint as it's playing out today. So let's get into the astrology first, of course. And I do feel like it's generally overall going to be a pretty positive day. We have a moon in Libra, which is putting an emphasis, a highlight on themes regarding love and money, perhaps some like inner balance, inner peace that we may be seeking to come to today as well. And the moon in Libra is going to be forming the opposition to Jupiter in Aries. And so this is going to be doing a couple things for us. But for one, it may be sort of giving us the tendency today or the desire to sort of like really go after our pleasures or like pursue our passions in one way or another. And there may be sort of a tendency to overdo or overindulge that is coming through today, specifically in regards to like purchasing or spending, also socializing. We are much more likely to be taking sort of like social and financial risks in the energy that is playing out today, because the moon in Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus rules money, Venus rules relationships, and how we connect and relate to others and value in all of its forms. And when it's forming an opposition to Jupiter and Aries is all about like some real self-confidence, like very much courage, very much assertiveness, very much risk-taking energy, wanting to pioneer out in a new direction and having the freedom to do so. And you know, when it's forming an opposition to the moon in Libra, love, money, this could be really giving us, first of all, and Jupiter also expands everything, and it can really create some excess, okay? So for one, it may be, in Venus rules pleasure, Libra, the sign of Libra also rules pleasure. So it may be giving us this expansive desire to sort of indulge in some of our pleasures today, or to seek after some of our pleasures, seek after some of our passions and stuff like that. Or it could also be giving us this increased sense of self-confidence, self-belief, faith, trust in ourselves to be able to take a risk to get something that we want, to give us that pleasure or that comfort in one way or another. But overdoing it, overindulgence, these may be sort of a tendency that are just sort of primed in the field today, especially, like I said, in regards to purchasing, spending money, and also socializing. We also, you guys, have the sun today at 15 degrees of Cancer, and that Sabian symbol is a group of people who have overeaten and enjoyed it. And this is a very, very, very good symbolic representation of the energy present when we have a moon in Libra that is opposing Jupiter and Aries, especially now also that we have Mars in the sign of Taurus ruling food, and also even the sun in the sign of Cancer ruling like our well-being and taking care of ourselves and stuff like that. Like there may be just this very strong desire today to sort of get what we feel like we want, or get what we feel like we need, or we feel like we desire, and like get a lot of it to try to like restore some type of like inner peace or balance or wholeness inside of us as a result of this Libra moon as well, and the sun at that degree. I find it to be very ironic. So we may be like called or having a desire to really like appease our appetite in various ways today, and along the lines of passions and pleasure for sure. And we ultimately might be feeling pretty satisfied about it at the end of the day, a group of people who have overeaten and enjoyed it. Now, there's also a dimension of the energy that is present in today's chart that I feel like is bringing up some like themes of romance, definitely perhaps some sexual tension in the air as well, and also like flirtation. I feel like people may be really getting up the courage today to like ask somebody out or like pop the question or something like that, like along those lines. That is one way that I'm definitely reading this energy, because it's like people are very geared towards going after their desires, pursuing their passions today. And with the opposition to Jupiter, like we're really having like the confidence and the faith and like feeling like we can do it, like wanting to take that risk. And so this is some of the energy where that type of stuff might be playing out. People might be really sort of like acting on or pursuing or expressing their romantic feelings today. And this is also indicated because we have the moon, of course, like I said, in the sign of Libra, ruled by Venus, and Jupiter in the opposition is in the sign of Aries, ruled by Mars. And so we're talking about the moon in the feminine opposing Jupiter in Aries, the masculine, Mars and Venus, the masculine and the feminine, represented specifically in this opposition from the moon to Jupiter today. And then we actually have the position of the Earth as well at 15 degrees of Capricorn today, the state of things on the ground. That Sabian symbol is school grounds filled with boys and girls in gym suits. So again, I feel like this Sabian symbol too is bringing up sort of like this sexual tension energy, and I do feel like people may just be sort of going after what they want today, you guys, and actually maybe even like going after it for the point of like bringing it home too with the sun in Cancer. And that's another thing that we need to bridge into talking about now, you guys. We are also in our first quarter square moon today. The moon in Libra, aside from forming the opposition to Jupiter, will then move on and form a square to the sun, marking our halfway point between our new moon and our full moon that is coming up on the 13th, and our quarter way point through this new moon in Cancer cycle. So we have that going on as well. And of course, Cancer being the sign of the home, it's like whatever we want to go after today, maybe we really want to like make it ours or like bring it home to our mother, all these Cancer vibes in one way or another. Another thing though, with the moon and square to the sun, the first quarter square moon, this is a very action-oriented part of the month. This is about stepping out and taking action, going after something, making things happen. And so here we are again with this assertive energy, action-oriented energy, like stepping out, taking action, risk-taking energy that is being represented by the position of the sun and the moon in their first quarter square today as well. So we have that moon forming the opposition to Jupiter, also forming this first quarter square to the sun in the sign of Cancer. And this is another indication in this chart today where I feel like we are sort of like about making things happen for ourselves. And these two things together, again, and these Sabians in effect, it's like we are going after what we want. We are pursuing our passions and we want to like make them ours. Like we want to bring them home with us in this energy as it's playing out. So I find that to be interesting as well. Now, there is, like I said, a word of caution that we sort of need to be aware of with all of this tendency for like sort of overindulgence or maybe just like overdoing it a little bit today. And that is actually exactly what we sort of want to look out for, is like taking things like too over the top, like too much in excess in whatever we are going after or whatever we are focusing on or indulging in today. We sort of want to watch, because we do have the sun in Cancer today, you know, we always want to watch taking things like to extreme excess when we have a Jupiter aspect in play. But with the sun in Cancer forming the square to the moon in Libra today, it's like we want to be careful, because there is a tendency that things that we may be like overdoing or overindulging in today could be causing some type of conflict or upset within like our home environment or our family environment. Whatever we are indulging in or seeking pleasure from today may create some issues with our home and family, or just generally some inner tension or conflict or frustration in regards to these Cancer themes: home, family, mother, caring, nurturing. Something along those lines could come up as a result of taking things like too far in excess, like too over the top. We want to be careful not to overspend to a detriment. We want to be careful not to overindulge in unhealthy ways. And we want to really be careful not to neglect the needs of our family or our home or our loved ones in our quest to follow our passions or seek this pleasure today. It's like, because there is this aspect of this energy as it's coming out. Remember, we're talking about a Libra moon, really wanting this like inner harmony, this inner balance, but sort of in the opposition to Jupiter and Aries, seeking to fill ourselves up, like sort of like fill up any holes within us, or to create this balance, or to create this feeling of love and positivity within us emotionally, but desiring it from like external sources, wanting to fill ourselves up emotionally, but desiring like these needs within us to be met externally, seeking external ways of doing this. And like, again, if we are taking it too far, this could lead, of course, to some type of imbalance actually that's created in the realms of like home, family, and just generally like our self-care, or what's truly good for us. Like, we don't want to be neglecting our self-care in this. We don't want to be neglecting the way that we are caring for our family and stuff. We don't want to be like overspending. We don't want to be neglecting things, projects that we have going on, you know, with our home, stuff like that. So we just want to keep that in mind and just not let ourselves get like, you know, too blown away with whatever we like feel like we may like really need or be going after today. Now, the last aspect of stuff that I want to talk about has to do with a little bit later in the day, when the moon moves a little further through Libra and forms the opposition to Chiron in Aries, and also makes an exact trine to Venus in the sign of Gemini right now. Actually, today as well, Venus is an exact sextile to Chiron from the sign of Aries to Gemini. There's skip a sign aspect. And so there is an aspect of whatever's going on today as well that could be bringing in some type of like very deep heart healing. Also, like these needs that we, or these desires or these passions that we could be going after today could have something to do with like feeding our inner child or nourishing our inner child in one way or another, with this Chiron energy being present as well, and the trine going on from Venus herself, ruler of Libra, to the moon in Libra, like something that is wrapped up in today. And that may be like why we are, you know, feeling such like a strong passion or desire to pursue our passions or desires today, because it could be that we are like really like feeling the need to nourish our inner child or something in some type of way, to heal some type of deeply rooted like childhood wound or something like that in relation to our emotional body or our heart center, with the Libra moon simultaneously forming the opposition to Chiron, ruling early childhood wounding in the sign of Aries, and also simultaneously this exact trine to Venus, you know, relationships, our heart essentially, in the sign of Gemini. This could also be, yeah, some of these like connections, or Venus in the sign of Gemini, like the tons of relating type, socializing, connecting, relational energy going on today. And for whatever reason, whoever we are relating with could in some way be contributing or creating a situation that brings up or causes us to like indulge in something in some way, some type of pleasure that actually has some type of like therapeutic or healing effect on our emotional body, our heart space, or our inner child, some type of way. Very interesting. So definitely heart healing maybe going on today as well later in the day. And these relationship wounds may also be coming up in this energy in terms of whatever's happening. It's interesting because we have Venus as well today. It's 17 degrees of Gemini, and that Sabian symbol is the head of a robust youth, changes into that of a mature thinker. So again, this is referencing sort of like this childhood, this inner childhood, and some type of maturation or transmutation or alchemization that is going on to help us sort of grow out of that state. And then we have Mars at 1 degree of Taurus today, a clear mountain stream. And this makes me think of like clear and elevated streams of consciousness, clear and elevated streams of thought. And then the Venus degree is also talking about the head of a robust youth, changes into that of a mature thinker. So again, something to do perhaps with like some like conscious understanding that we are also coming to today, or these conversations or these connections or this social relating that is going on today, or this, us having the courage to ask someone the question or express our feelings or tell someone we're into them or something like that, or just have some really like good significant conversations maybe within the romantic dynamics of our lives and stuff like that, about how we're really feeling or about the state of our relationship or about what we can do to improve it or to make it better and stuff like that, like something along those lines. But whatever is happening today, especially with that Chiron dimension of things as well, should be having some type of healing or therapeutic effect in one way or another. But definitely seeking some type of external pleasure sources today that we may be indulging in, following our passions. I feel like I've said that a million times, but it's just what is being written in the stars today. So that's basically what I have to say today, you guys. Again, like a pretty positive, pretty simple day on the energetic level. We do have a lot of moon aspects going on together, but they're sort of all just boiling down into this concept of maybe like really feeding some deep inner needs and coming into contact with some relations or some social situations that are awakening us to this or that are helping us to do it in one way or another. But again, we want to be careful about not taking things to extreme excess, not neglecting our personal needs or our health or our family or our loved ones in this energy, or like anything we have going on in our home and stuff like that. But this is definitely more of an action oriented day, and I feel like people are going to be having the confidence to say what's on their mind. So that is what I have to say today, you guys. In terms of the astrology, let's talk about the tarot now for a quick second. It's really funny, the cards that came out today. The first card that we had coming out of the deck today was the Six of Cups, and this is the card of like inner child stuff, and this is the card also very much associated with like Cancer vibes, like early childhood, like the home, the family, stuff like that. So this is our first card that's coming out, and then underneath that we have the Emperor in reverse, followed by the King of Wands, and I swear you can't make this up. And then on the back of the deck we had the Ten of Cups. So like I literally like these cards right now to me are like totally mirroring the astrology that we have playing out today. First of all, we're talking about something to do with just sort of like being in like our inner child type of energy. The Emperor in reverse, this is not like really putting in much work today. This is sort of like not really in alignment with like getting our duties and responsibilities and stuff like that done, because we have the King of Wands right here, and the King of Wands wants to go after his passions, wants to pursue his passions. This is like extreme, like fiery, passionate, fun-loving energy. And so this right here, and then the Ten of Cups, because we want to feel this connection, we want to feel this inner harmony, we want to feel this relationship fulfillment and this abundance of love and emotional like awesomeness today. So basically what these cards are saying is like, I mean, the Six of Cups is coming up, some type of like throwback or nostalgia or reconnecting again to like our inner child or what we once loved, or like our youthful creative passions and talents, like something about the past being like reawakened within us that is causing us to want to like put the pencil down, like drop our work stuff for the day and really go have some fun, really go pursue our passions, and in a way that is very emotionally fulfilling to our heart space and really makes us feel like whole and sort of like in bliss and on top of the world. This is like the ultimate in like emotional pleasure and fulfillment. So these cards are saying to me that we are on a mission today to come to a place sort of just these really like strong, positive, emotional fulfillment, happy heart type vibes. And we are likely to like be doing it through sort of dropping our obligations, dropping our responsibilities, dropping our workload, and pursuing our passions. That is doing something, or that is triggered by something within us that relates back to like our childhood or like our initial like talents and loves and stuff like that. So very interesting how that came out today. I couldn't believe it actually when I saw those cards after I wrote this report today, and those were the cards that came out. I was like, wow, that couldn't be more perfect. So let's grab us one more card for today, you guys. A synchronicity card. I am making great time today. Look at me. I guess it's just a pretty short, sweet, and to the point message today, all about this love and money. That's another thing I haven't said much about. I've mentioned it several times, but this is also some good financial stuff that we have going on today as well. It could be good for money, whatever it is. Now let's do our synchronicity card. Oh, that's so weird, you guys. I literally just started shuffling the deck and I didn't even get like 3 full shuffles in. And the card that just jumped out says yes. And the reason why that's so weird is this. If you watched my video for yesterday, the card that came out of this deck and the synchronicity card said no. So maybe there was something that was going on yesterday that the time wasn't quite right for, but today the time is right, guys. So if you were, this is the synchronicity card that I'm going to take today. You know what? Actually, I will draw us one more because I don't know who that applies to. Maybe it applies to one of you, but that is really interesting that the no and the yes card came out simultaneously 2 days in a row and we never get those cards. So if there was something that you were sort of waiting on yesterday or that you've been deliberating about and you weren't sure about and didn't feel right yesterday, today might be the day when things are happening. Or maybe there was some type of pause or stall or something going on yesterday. But today it is on. Okay, and then the next card that came out, it says a blessing in disguise. It says, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day. 1 Samuel 12:18. Thunder and lightning can be frightening and give us a scare, but it is followed by a blessed rain. You are divinely guided and blessings follow. So things that are happening today, you guys, might be blessings in disguise, and we got a yes going on. So that's what I have to say today, you guys. It kind of, this yes card definitely to me like goes with the energy of the day. If there is something that you're wondering, you really sort of want to get into and maybe wondering if you should take that risk or ask that question or approach that person, this, that, and the other, I feel like today, you guys, the answer is definitely yes. And the things, like there are blessings in disguise playing out right now as well. So you guys, that is what I have to say for our report today. I hope you guys liked it. I hope I was able to provide something for you that can give you a little bit of whatever you're needing as you're navigating your life today. If you guys did like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think that they would be interested. Leave me comments, you guys. I absolutely love your comments. I am so seriously grateful for each and every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I have a Facebook page, a Facebook group, a website, and some other social media stuff. Those are in my description box below. And come back with me tomorrow, you guys. We will have more energy to talk about as we move through our week. And now we are heading towards our full moon in Capricorn that is coming up. Today is the halfway point between the new moon that we had and our full moon in Capricorn. So we are now on an official trajectory to the full moon. So you don't want to miss it. I will be here. You should be here too. And I will see you then. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Bye.